Well, hello everyone, and welcome to our weekly check-ins for LunaYou. I'm super excited that you have joined us on today. That this is no accident that you have clicked on this page, or however way you got here. We're so happy that you're here. Well, a little bit about LunaYou. My name is Coach Courtney, and I serve as the Wellbeing Coach for LunaYou. But LunaYou is a maternal well-being program that helps to walk alongside of a woman to help find her voice from the inside out. So how do we do that? We do that with a couple of things. It's tracking your overall well-being. Research tells us that when you look and you focus on your well-being, that you can have better health outcomes. And our goal and hope through all of this is that when we help to focus on a woman's well-being, help her to find her voice, help her to be empowered, that her overall maternal health outcomes, especially for Black and Latino women, are overall improved, that life is happening. I don't know if you know the statistic, but um, the Black and Latino women are 3 times more likely to die in childbirth than any other race or population. And just research just tells us that it's just because of race and just not being heard. We told that they're strong and they didn't think that they experience pain. Well, we all experience pain, and pregnancy is hard. And sometimes we all just need someone to talk to come walk alongside of us and to help us to organize things. And so that's where LunaYou comes in. We are still accepting people for our prototype. And if you know someone that is currently expecting, or someone that's in the Rhode Island area that is expecting, they could be due at any point. Please reach out to them, put their name in the comments, private message us. We would love to connect with them. They'll receive a Fitbit as well as a blood pressure cuff, and then weekly check-ins, which are really important to really help with the overall health and well-being and empowerment of it all. So super excited to just share this program and to invite those that are currently expecting to be a part of it. So we are wrapping up our storytelling series on LunaYou and maternal health as it relates to telling your story. And I think there's no better time to tell your story, which is now. A story, what we heard with Yolanda and what we talked about last week in journaling, is a gift that you can pass on to other people, to your children, to your family, so that they can know your story about how they came into this world, to help to really empower other women, to that give birth, and how you gave birth, what you wish you would have known, what you wish you could have told yourself before pregnancy, and to really help to provide better outcomes for all women. Your story is impactful and your story is important. And we've come to know here at LunaYou that we are stronger together with the power of our stories. We've heard from some many impactful women on how their birth story went, how it was totally different, their experiences that they've had. And we know that it has helped women who are currently pregnant and who are currently looking to give birth. One of the other ways, we talked last week about journaling and why it's so important to journal. I hope that everyone was able to start that, or just share some good techniques and prompts on how to journal and how to document. And today I want to talk more technical and logistical about journaling as it comes to documenting your doctor's appointments as well as note taking in your journal, because it's super important. We know that with the rise of COVID and the rise of dealing with the coronavirus here in the country, that it had a huge impact on maternal health, right? In terms of going to your doctor's appointments, who you can bring to your doctor's appointments, the information that is given to you, how you're receiving that information. All of that was greatly impacted. And so we talked to many, many women who are pregnant through a pandemic and who are going through, how do I document this appointment? Because it's me by myself, and I already have a hard time remembering stuff. And now I'm pregnant. I have pregnancy brain, which is a real thing. How am I ever going to remember it? And it's the power of note taking, which is really important. I really suggest that you invest in a very inexpensive journal. We are currently in the process of making some really cool foldable templates for our women that are in our program where they're just handy dandy in your pocket so that you can write those notes down. We also have an app that is very comprehensive where women can write down the notes from the doctor. This is important to write that down. Like this, when you go to the doctor, what did the doctor say? How did you feel about it? Is there something that you misunderstood? Did they say something that you didn't understand that you need to write down to Google later? Is there something that you would like to share with your partner, your family, your significant others because they are not allowed to come into the appointment time with you? I know that there may be some limits on recording the video recording or even voice recording the appointment. And we'll actually get into that next week in terms of knowing your rights. As a woman who is pregnant, but the alternative is to do some just good old fashioned note taking, whether that's in your phone or if that's in a journal or however way you want to document, you want to write that down so you can be sure that you're telling your family exactly what's happening and you know for sure what is being said. If you were a part of LunaYou, you would have a well-being coach where we can discuss all the things that happen in your appointment. We can talk about it and we can help you understand it better of what's happening, whether that's through research and help you to process those feelings as they come, whether or not you understood what they were saying. So it's really important that journaling, not just for our feelings, but for technical reasons. Like, the doctor told me I really need to walk more. The doctor told me I should like eat better, eat healthier, or the doctor told me I'm doing really good, or the doctor was concerned about this with the baby. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but it's really hard to process any type of news during this time without writing it down. And so I really encourage you to write it down because there is power in your story. It doesn't have to be a book, it doesn't have to be any of those things. But it could just be a simple note, a simple thought that you had in the day, things that you want to remember to tell your doctor and ask your doctor in between appointments. We just released photos from two of the women in LunaYou, and they released something from their journal of what they would have told themselves pre-baby or encouragement from other women based on what they went through in their current pregnancy. And that's why that's so important to have because it's not just for you, it's just for other women, it's for your own child to know how they came into this world, what happened around that, and to just be so much more grateful for life when you see the story surrounding and all that you had to go through as a mother, and to help women coming behind you to know what to ask and what to look for if they are ever in the situation. So, a couple of things I really do encourage you to get a journal, whether that's a journaling app on your phone. There's tons out there. Join LunaYou. That's an amazing option where we help you journal. We do have a app where you can do and take those notes, see how stressed you are from week to week. We do a lot of the data and compiling for you so that you can see it in one handy place. And then also keep a notebook or in that same journal, note take and know what your doctor is saying. This is all a part of your story in having your data and owning your data. And that's another thing that I want to get into is knowing and owning your data. This is your data. These are your numbers. We like to say at LunaYou that um, we're putting you back into the center of your pregnancy where you own your numbers. And that's why we give you a Fitbit and a blood pressure cuff so that you're able to take ownership of your numbers so that you can take your blood pressure and you can go into your doctor and say, does your blood pressure match my blood pressure? Because I take my blood pressure once a week. Are you on it? You know your numbers. You know you're healthy. You know you're normal. You know how you feel on the inside. You know when something just isn't right. You have that instinct feeling. And so this really helps you overall to be the best person you can be and to put your wellness first and make it a priority. And it could just be easy to make it a back burner. So that's why it's so important to keep a journal. So we really want to hear from you. We want to hear from you. How do you journal, whether you're expecting or not expecting? How do you journal? How do you document? What are some suggestions and ideas that you can give to other women to help to document their appointments when they may feel very alone, especially because of COVID, going into these appointments, and especially the anatomy scan and the very important ones, or if the doctor calls you back to do a special scan? How do you take that? How do you write that down? How do you keep that in chronological order in a way that you can share with others? So we definitely want to hear from you. Comment below, like this, share this. Let's get the conversation going. Thank you guys so much for joining me today for this quick video on storytelling, how to note take and document. Super excited to just share this series. Next week, super excited to talk to some people, to some experts in the field, as we talk through knowing your rights, right? So what do you own, owning your data, and all of that good stuff. And so helping to provide the why behind the what. So thank you guys. Remember, you are magical. And if you know someone that would love to join LunaYou, please visit us at www.lunayou.com.